SeanPaul Reyes, also known as Long Island Audit, has built a career on challenging authority, demanding transparency, and ensuring that public officials cannot act without accountability. His mission has always been to protect citizens' rights, especially their First Amendment freedoms. But this work has not come without cost. Arrests, lawsuits, fines, and controversy have followed him for years. By 2025, Reyes stands at the center of some of the most explosive allegations of corruption and misconduct, and his confrontations involve not only law enforcement, but also municipal leaders. One of the most alarming incidents occurred in Union City, New Jersey, involving Reyes' friend and fellow activist, Leroy Truth. In November 2025, Leroy was forcibly arrested by the Union City Police Department and charged with felony aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, obstruction, and resisting arrest. According to Reyes, the charges were entirely baseless, and the arrest appeared to be retaliatory. Footage and witness accounts show Lieutenant Gaston unlawfully grabbing Leroy, causing him to fall to the ground. The movement was then mischaracterized as aggravated assault. Reyes alleged that the actions were coordinated by local officials, including Mayor Brian Stack and Police Chief Anthony Facini, to intimidate activists and suppress accountability. Reyes explained that Leroy spent 3 days in Hudson County Jail, awaiting a court date for crimes he did not commit, highlighting how the process itself was the punishment. He launched a GoFundMe campaign to cover Leroy's legal defense and called on the public to support him. The incident emphasized violations of civil rights and First Amendment protections. Reyes framed the case as part of his broader mission to expose abuses of power, defend activists, and protect citizens' rights. He also linked the situation to his ongoing advocacy for child safety, as Leroy had been working with the community to bring attention to potential misconduct by local school staff. According to Reyes, the case illustrated one of the most egregious examples of unlawful police behavior he had ever witnessed. With the Union City case raising national attention, Reyes continued his focus on municipal corruption in Florida. The most recent and high-profile case involves Mayor Paul Alfrey of Melbourne, Florida. Reyes has accused the mayor of corruption, alleging that Alfrey approved $500,000 in federal ARPA funds for Space Coast Habitat for Humanity, while personally receiving almost $10,000 from the transaction. Reyes further claims there is a wider pattern of misconduct involving Chief David Gillespie and other officials, who he alleges interfered with investigations, destroyed evidence, and suppressed accountability, creating a system where public servants could act without consequence. Reyes presented evidence at city council meetings, including public records, bank checks, and official resolutions, and criticized council members for remaining silent. He warned that any attempt to restrict public comment or curtail free speech would result in a lawsuit. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement has begun investigating, and Reyes has promised updates as the process unfolds. This case highlights a shift in Reyes' work toward uncovering municipal corruption while defending citizens' rights to information and accountability. Earlier in 2025, Reyes confronted retired Connecticut State Police Sergeant Brian Fahey over questions of public transparency. Fahey had reportedly earned $212,000 in overtime during 2024, and Reyes sought answers about the unusually high payments. According to Reyes, what began as a straightforward inquiry quickly escalated when Fahey allegedly became aggressive, shouting, spitting, and even brandishing a firearm. Instead of holding Fahey accountable for these actions, law enforcement arrested Reyes and his cameraman, charging them with first-degree criminal trespass, second-degree breach of peace, and voyeurism with malice. Reyes was held on a $75,000 bond, which he described as an attempt to punish him for his activism rather than a legitimate legal measure. Support for Reyes surged almost immediately. A petition calling for Fahey's arrest and removal from any public position quickly surpassed 61,000 signatures, reflecting widespread public outrage over the handling of the situation. Reyes launched a GoFundMe campaign to cover legal expenses, bail, and related costs, demonstrating both the financial and emotional toll of the confrontation. Fahey retired shortly afterward, an action Reyes and his supporters viewed as an attempt to evade scrutiny and accountability. In a subsequent development, Fahey was arrested on August 29, 2025, for disorderly conduct related to spitting and later sought accelerated rehabilitation, probation, on September 4, 2025. A hearing followed in October 2025, with Reyes actively pushing for threatening charges. In response, Reyes filed a civil lawsuit against Fahey and the Connecticut State Police, alleging assault, retaliatory arrest, and an excessive bond. The case underscores the risks Reyes faces in his pursuit of transparency and highlights both the resistance from entrenched authority and the strong public support that often rallies behind his efforts. This case is just one of many in Reyes's ongoing legal battles. In 2023, he was arrested twice while filming inside NYPD precincts, first at the 61st Precinct in April and again at the 75th Precinct in June, on charges of trespassing and obstructing governmental administration. Both cases were dismissed. In February 2024, Judge Jermaine August ruled that the charges were facially insufficient, meaning they lacked the basic facts necessary for prosecution. The broader lawsuit continued, and in June 2025, the Second Circuit upheld a preliminary injunction in his favor, sending a legal question to the New York Court of Appeals regarding whether New York's right-to-record laws apply inside police station lobbies. Reyes, represented by Latino Justice PRLDF, continues to pursue this important case. Another notable victory came in Berwyn, Illinois, in 2021. Reyes entered City Hall to file a Freedom of Information Act request, despite a city employees expressed discomfort and police were called. He was arrested for disorderly conduct, but he challenged the charges and filed a federal lawsuit claiming unlawful arrest, First Amendment violations, and malicious prosecution under 42 U.S.C. Section 1983. By August 2022, Reyes had secured a $12,500 settlement, a win that not only cleared him of wrongdoing, but also reinforced citizens' rights to record in public government spaces. Videos documenting the case became fan favorites, showcasing his ability to use the courts to protect transparency and accountability. However, not all of Reyes's legal battles have ended in his favor. In one federal lawsuit known as Reyes versus Volante, he sued several officers following an arrest that occurred while he was filming inside a city hall. Reyes argued that the arrest infringed on his constitutional rights, but the court ultimately disagreed. On January 13, 2025, the judge dismissed the case, citing probable cause for the arrest and granting the officers qualified immunity. The ruling also noted that Reyes had failed to preserve the unedited footage, a misstep that significantly weakened his argument. In addition, Reyes faced legal consequences in Danbury, Connecticut, where he was found guilty of simple trespass in 2023 for filming inside City Hall. He was fined $90 and later appealed the ruling. Some legal observers argued that by paying the fine before filing the appeal, Reyes may have inadvertently weakened his case, as it could be seen as an acknowledgement of guilt. A similar situation occurred in Schenectady, New York, where Reyes faced a trespassing charge in 2024 for recording inside City Hall. He went to trial, and as of now, the case has not yet been resolved and remains under public scrutiny. After years of confronting corrupt officials, challenging unlawful arrests, and standing up for fellow activists, SeanPaul Reyes has proven himself to be a relentless defender of transparency and citizens' rights. His work illustrates the power of persistence, careful documentation, and knowledge of the law in holding authority accountable. Despite facing arrests, lawsuits, fines, and public scrutiny, Reyes continues to confront misconduct, educate the public, and ensure that abuses of power do not go unchecked. With Long Island Audit now reaching more than 1 million subscribers and growing across social platforms, his dedication has not only earned him widespread recognition, but has also contributed to a reported net worth of around $1 million as of 2025.